Hey guys, how's it going? Kripparrian here. Today I want to give you guys a Tavern Brawl. This is another shifter brawl. Shifter brawls are not particularly interesting, but they're not bad. They're a fun way to play. They're a fun way to complete quests. They're a great way to play the game if you don't have many cards in your account. So it's certainly got its upsides. But also I want to give you guys another aspect to this Tavern Brawl. I wanted to share the interesting details, I guess, of the issues I had with appendicitis in the last few days. I know I made a video about it, but I couldn't spend the time to go into those details. Instead, I just talked about them in my first stream back, and that just happened to be during some pretty interesting Tavern Brawl games. So why not hit two birds with one stone and appeal to a wider audience? And that's hopefully you, so keep watching. Enjoy the games, enjoy the stories, and I'll see you guys in a bit.
Show Scar, please. No, that's okay. I'll tell you guys about the whole ordeal, don't worry about it. I'll have to save a few of the details, but just a few. Yeah, so TwitchCon's cancelled for me. Maybe make a video about it, but, I've gone to a lot of these events, and at some of them, there's like, again, all of them, there's lines of people who want to like meet me and stuff, and some of them, these lines are like 5-6 hours. They just never end. So I know some people only go to these events to like meet me and stuff. So, if they spend like, a couple grand to go with like their loved one or something, and then I end up not being there, that's like a massive fucking letdown. And the first time I went to BlizzCon, the amount of what the fuck? Damn, that's a pretty good one drop. The amount of money to go is a lot when you're doing shitty jobs on the side, and a lot of people are. Yeah. Alright, well I need tempo. This card is less shitty now, right? No, not when you play it like that, I suppose. So yeah, that was the main thing, like throughout the whole process. At the start, I was just trying to make it work. I was trying to push it and see if I could somehow make it to TwitchCon, but yeah, I can't do that. They released me from the hospital today, and it was mostly on me insisting. The first night it was fine, but the second night there was like, it's kind of sad, but it was like a guy who was like really, really out of it. Like, he wouldn't remember where he was, and he'd start like running in the halls, setting off alarms and throwing shit. And I just couldn't sleep. I could not sleep at the hospital in the last day. So I had to leave. Do I really want to do that? I'm thinking it's time to get a decent hero power for a fucking change. Sweet. So some people said like recovery time is not a big deal and stuff. Sure, it's not, but I didn't have there's a few operations that you can have. There's one where they like poke a hole and like kind of scoop it up through like some instruments, and the recovery time for that is really low. That's not what I had. I did like ultrasound, and I'm pretty sure the lady doing the ultrasound, she knew exactly what it was at the very start, but she's not allowed to say. Because she kept apologizing constantly. It's like, I'm so sorry. It's like, but I gotta take the image and stuff. I think I had a massive fucking appendix. It did not burst, but it wasn't. They weren't able to do the less intrusive operation in my case. Well, I think there's actually some chance you can't kill that. It's probably not a big chance, but whatever. I have about a 5-inch incision, like very near the bottom of the belly, kind of like a bit on a diagonal. Yeah, it's painful and stuff, but that's alright. The pain is not really the problem, it's just what the pain prevents me from doing. Like, I have enough problems sleeping already, so... So it's hard to sleep and stuff.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well played. Confess. I'm gonna win this.
Okay. Good enough, I guess. Yeah, I have like issues sleeping and stuff. Like last time I had a night where I woke up rested is probably like 10 years ago. So it sucks. The main problem right now is it's really hard for me to sleep. I'm sleeping like 40-50 minutes at a time and then I have to wake up right now. So I'm kind of a zombie. But the pain and stuff is tolerable. It's nothing I'm not used to. When we were like at the hospital for the first time, the doctor that first saw me, he didn't think I had appendicitis because from what I was telling him, I didn't look bad enough. It was like, yeah, I was in pain. I've been in much worse stomach pain. But I knew it was a concern because it had been going on for so long. So I knew I needed to go to the hospital. I knew, right? Just because you can take it doesn't mean you don't need to see help. Yeah, he did a few tests and like I wasn't trying to be like the tough guy or anything, but like there's one where you stand on one foot and hop around, apparently. That didn't hurt too bad. So yeah, when they got the imaging results back, they were really surprised that it was actually appendicitis. Because that should have hurt a lot more. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. No, whatever. That's the fun one. Appendicitis, acute appendicitis, basically on the lower side of our large intestine, we have a little pouch, and it like regulates and helps with a few things, but it's basically the most useless thing in your body. And for a lot of people, it decides to be less than useless. It decides to basically try to kill you by getting infected. And I looked up online, apparently it can basically explode in your body even as early as within 24 hours. I'd experienced the pain for about 5 days. I went to the hospital because it was like, when I went to the hospital it was about 32 consecutive hours. So I'm like, yeah, this is not normal. Like, I have stomach pain and stuff, but not for that long. Huh. Yeah, so because it's part of your large intestine, basically actual shit gets released into your body. And you can die. So it's good that didn't happen. I don't think I have weapons, do I? You always knew I was full of shit. No, apparently not. I just finished explaining why I actually wasn't full of shit. I got saved from that part.
I am the blade.
The kidney stone pain was worse. No doubt about that. When you go to the hospital here in Canada, they always ask you if you had to rate the pain from like 1 to 10, 10 being the worst pain imaginable, where would you rate it? Most people are like, it's really painful and stuff. Like this time around, I had to be like, look, it's like a 7, but I've had kidney stones. Hello, doggy. Yeah, they do that everywhere. Okay. Well, I haven't really been part of any other health system ever since I was a toddler, at least, so I don't know anything else. Having kidney stones is like, yep, I'm dying right now. Yeah. It's like uncontrollable pain. You just like... I remember on one of the streams where I had to end the stream and go to the hospital because I had kidney stones. I'm like, okay guys, I need a second. Basically, I fell on my knees to the ground and it took me like 2 minutes to get up. And I'm like, okay, we're going to the hospital. And look, I'm used to painful things. I haven't really had it easy in that department in my life, so yeah. I gotta get 3 wins here. So I don't know. I'll probably be fine. Right now, the main problem is I feel very bloated and stuff. And obviously, when you had surgery on your large intestine and you feel bloated, it hurts a lot more than normal. So right now, it hurts a lot more than normal. But it's alright. Be okay. Like I think healing wise and stuff, I'm doing very well. You're facing me, okay. Sure. The hardest part is actually sleeping. When I was in the hospital and healing, I wasn't in a bed that was flat. So I tried, like first thing, like I was so fucking tired when I got home. I told you guys why. Like in my first 2 days at the hospital, I don't think I slept more than like 4 or 5 hours. And the night before going to the hospital, I slept like 2 hours. So I was like ridiculously sleep deprived through surgery and all that shit. So the first thing I want to do when I come home, obviously have a shower because I have all the crap on me. I want to just go to sleep. So I go to sleep, and after being that sleep deprived, I woke up like 40 minutes later. It's just like pain everywhere. I had like mucus and stuff coming up even though I'm not sick. So yeah, we kind of made the bed into like a ramp. And I think that'll work out. Well, I can just buff that if I don't get a spell damage. So, yeah, I think we can solve that problem. But yeah, because I healed on like a ramped bed, laying down flat was a lot harder than I thought it would be. Yeah. My first night after surgery was pretty decent. The place we went to was very nice. The people were nice. The doctor was nice. It was the second night that we had the other patient come in that was very disruptive. That made it impossible to stay there, in my opinion. Sure. After the first night, okay, so basically right after the surgery, within like 30 minutes, I was like up and walking, not really walking. I was like holding most of my weight on the IV pole that has wheels on it. Because I really needed to I thought I needed to use the bathroom, but I didn't, I guess.
Your turn to fall.
Okay. Come on, one time. But after that, it was about like 12 or 13 hours later. This is immediately after the surgery. That oh fuck. Ripped my efforts. So after about 12 hours of sitting in bed, it was very hard to get out. Wow, that's such trash. I need to win quickly though, so... Okay, I think it's best to just let him have this one. Oops. Yeah, so I had, like, getting out of bed after like 12 hours and stuff, I was like shaking big time, like it was really hard to do that. But I was holding back and stuff. So then like one of the new nurses, because you know they do shifts and stuff. She wasn't like new at work. She wasn't like a new nurse. She just started her shift. So she's like, look, you're stitched up on many different layers. There's almost no way you're breaking that. You should just try to be mobile, because the longer you wait, the harder it is. So I'm like, why the fuck didn't anyone tell me that? So in the next 20 minutes, Rania and I, we did laps around the hospital. It's fucking track and field, bro. I mean, yeah, it hurt a lot, but like, it's whatever. Like, I didn't actually know I didn't have to be that careful with myself. Like, that seems like a pretty important thing to tell someone. But I don't know. Anyway. Oh, fuck. I got that. Yeah. Well, I guess it counters it pretty well. Yeah, by the end of the laps, I was like moving faster than Anya was comfortable walking, so it was good. Like, I've been okay. I've been recovering fine from the surgery. It's just all the other crap that's made it a bit more difficult.
What now?
Do you know the secret handshake?
Well, you never have to pay in Canada, because it's a public healthcare system. And it works. From the moment I stepped foot into the hospital, I was on the surgical table within 7.5 hours. So being first going to the hospital, waiting in line, getting preliminary checked by the doctor, booking and having the ultrasound and x-ray, then having the surgeon evaluate the situation, then having booked the surgery, and then doing the surgery. Yeah. Is 7.5 hours bad? I don't know. I mean, it seemed to me like we weren't waiting that long at most of the steps. So. You have a wild account, and your Alter Arena account doesn't have all the classes. How would you play that arena run? Oh, that's interesting. I don't know. Oh, the meds. Okay, this is the other kind of fucked up thing. So I haven't really taken anything for about 2 days now. Wait, I can't win the joust. It's actually impossible. Alright, well what I can do is push the board really hard. So when you come out of surgery, they give you 3 rounds of morphine, 2 milligrams, 2 milligrams, and they're like, well, we're giving you the minimum, let's give you 4 milligrams. So I had morphine 3 times. So they were offering me super strong, Tylenol, like Tylenol 3s or something, like Tylenol Super Saiyan 3 or some shit, I don't know. But I was not allowed a single drop of liquid. So I'm like, how the fuck am I taking this? Like, I don't know. I have a problem taking pills. Like, I down a lot of water per pill. Yeah, so I didn't take them. The first pills I took were after about a day had passed, because that's when they let me have water. And at that point, it wasn't too bad, so I just had like Tylenol 2s.